We came back from the woods, cloaked in silence. My daughter kept scratching her arms, red welts blooming beneath her skin like angry fire. I had a few too, nothing serious, but hers were worse. Raw, raised, relentless. My wife, not a single bite, not even a mark. That was the first crack, the first whisper in the glass. The next morning, I took our daughter to the hospital, told myself it was just a precaution, maybe mosquitoes, or something in the woods, maybe nothing at all. The doctor was slow, methodical. He examined her carefully, his face unreadable until it wasn't. He looked at me, locked eyes like steel sliding into place, and asked quietly, "Who did you go camping with?" "My wife," I replied, confused. He didn't blink. His voice dropped low. "Go to the police." Immediately. 10 years. That's how long I'd known her. 10 years of love, warmth, inside jokes, whispered dreams beneath cheap blankets. We met in college. She had a smile like a wildfire, untamable and bright. I was a guy with an unfinished thesis and too many ideas. Together we built something out of late-night noodles and overdue rent. Eventually a home, a daughter, a life. I loved her. God help me, I did. But trust is a strange thing. It stays whole until it shatters. And when it does, it cuts deep. The officer I spoke to didn't even flinch. He listened, nodded, asked for the campsite location. He said it like he'd seen this before. Like this wasn't new. That scared me more than anything. When I got home, she was in the kitchen humming softly, slicing apples for our daughter like it was just another day, like she hadn't laced our lives with poison. I watched her, smiled, said nothing. That night, I tucked our little girl into bed, kissed her forehead, and waited. 2 days later, the call came. They weren't mosquito bites. They were tick bites. But not just any ticks. Asterisk Dermacenter andersoni star. Rocky Mountain with ticks. Nearly extinct in our region. Nearly. Unless someone brought them in. A ranger had found a glass vial near our fire pit. Shattered. Inside were traces of chloroform and a cluster of dead ticks. Imported. Planted. Ticks don't bite everyone equally. They're drawn to heat, CO2 levels, blood type. She knew that. She studied that in college. She also knew our daughter, and I share the same blood type. Type O. She's type B, untouched. I remembered her sitting by the fire that night, watching us, her eyes distant, reflecting flames but no warmth. My daughter had been giggling at one of my silly stories, and my wife, she just sat there, staring, like she was already mourning us. That's when I started digging. Found the burner phone in the attic crawl space, taped behind a beam, her fingerprints all over it, messages from a contact listed only as M. I traced the number. Co-worker, recently divorced, the kind of guy who found excuses to text at 2 a.m. And then I found the message. Asterisk, the ticks will do the job. Accidents happen in the wild. Asterisk, it nearly stopped my heart. I backed up everything. Text messages, call logs, photos. Stored them on hard drives. In the cloud. Sent a copy to my brother out of state. Insurance, just in case. She didn't want a divorce. She wanted a fresh start. With him. And our life insurance policy? It paid out double in accidental deaths. Her escape plan was clean, elegant, ruthless. But so was mine. I didn't rage. I didn't shout. I adapted. Stopped drinking the coffee she made. Took over dinner prep. Changed all my passwords. Double-checked the locks. I played it cool, blamed the tension on work stress, nightmares. Let her believe nothing had changed. Meanwhile, I installed a tiny camera in the smoke detector. Slid an audio recorder under the passenger seat of her car. She never saw it coming. The detective I worked with called it covert cooperation. He told me to keep playing the part, keep her feeling safe. So I did, until I was ready. And then I set the stage. Dinner, just the two of us. Candlelight, her favorite wine. A toast to us. She smiled, clinked her glass against mine. Took a sip. I didn't. I watched her pupils dilate. Just a flicker. I watched her mouth twitch. Slightly. when she realized something was wrong. And then I pressed play. The recorder was in my pocket. Her voice filled the room. Asterisk. He's always taking her camping. One trip, and it's done. No struggle. Just gone. Asterisk. She froze. Her glass slipped slightly in her hand. Her face turned pale, like every drop of blood was draining behind a curtain. I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I looked at her with a calm I didn't know I had and said, "The police will be here in 3 minutes." She bolted. Down the hall. Out the door. But they were already there, waiting. 2 squad cars, parked quiet and still. Inside her bag, her phone still unlocked. The messages, the photos, the orders for vials of ticks from a shady lab in Eastern Europe. The evidence was ironclad. The trial came quickly. Attempted murder, conspiracy, child endangerment. The judge didn't blink when they read her messages aloud. Didn't flinch when they showed the camping permit with her handwriting or the ranger's testimony about the vial. She cried, begged, claimed it was a mistake, a moment of weakness. I didn't speak. I just sat there, holding my daughter's small hand in mine. She never looked at me again. Now it's just the 2 of us. My daughter still asks about her sometimes. I give her answers, short, honest, but soft. The woods are off limits now, but we still camp sometimes. In the living room, under a blanket fort, with flashlights and ghost stories. Safe. She still scratches at phantom bites now and then. Trauma hides deep, surfaces quiet. But we survived. They say revenge is best served cold. But mine was precise. Not born of rage, but of love. Because I will never let the people who are supposed to protect us be the ones who destroy us. She tried to erase us for a new life. But in the end, I was the one who got the fresh start. With clarity, with strength, with my daughter safe. And her, behind bars, forever.